What up guys, Judge Shells here and welcome back to World of Tanks. I've been reading through a lot of the comments of the videos that I've been posting, and a lot of you guys have been requesting videos about scout tanks that aren't considered as quote-unquote good as other scouts of equal tier, or videos on maps that aren't considered scout friendly or spotting friendly, so you guys have a better idea of what to do on maps that it isn't as obvious where you should go in a scout tank. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a game I had in the T21, the other tier 6 American scout tank. Now the T21 in my opinion has suffered a lot from power creep. Back in patch 9.3 I think is what it was, Wargaming introduced the T49, the M41 Walker Bulldog, and the T37. And at the same time, they nerfed the old M24 Chaffee and basically split it into two tanks where you have the current M24 Chaffee and the T37. So I'm going to go over the stats of the T21 here real quick and how they compare with the T37 and what it has as far as advantages and what it has in disadvantages compared to the T37 before I show you guys the game. So just comparing the main significant statistics here between the tanks, starting off with view range, the T21 does have an advantage over the T37 when it comes to base view range. The T21 has 390 meters base view range, while the T37 has only 385. And the T21 has a slightly better camo rating than the T37, about 1.5 points better percentage camo rating than the T37. And comparing the mobility stats between the T21 and the T37, on paper you might think, well, the T37 has it beat automatically because the T37 has a top speed of 66 kilometers per hour, where the T21 only has 56.3 kilometers per hour top speed. However, that doesn't tell the whole story. The T37 actually only gets a 21.6 horsepower to ton ratio, whereas the T21 gets a 24.47 horsepower to ton ratio. Also, the T21 has a much higher hull traverse at 60 degrees per second, where the T37 only has 48 degrees per second tank hull traverse. And the ground resistances for both the T21 and the T37 are exactly the same. So while the T21's maximum speed potential is a lot lower than the T37, the T21 I would say is actually a more responsive machine than the T37. When you're playing the T37 and you're driving around open maps and you're trying to get from point A to point B, you'll notice that this tank is a little bit sluggish in its acceleration, and it takes a little bit for it to get up to its top speed, kind of like the Walker Bulldog. A lot of people consider the Walker Bulldog a really fast tank, but it's actually quite sluggish getting up to that top speed. It doesn't have very quick acceleration. So that is something that the T21 has going for it as well. Slightly better view range and camo rating than the T37, and slightly better agility overall. It gets to its top speed quicker, and it has slightly better hull traverse. However, at this point, the advantages that the T21 has over the T37 kind of ends at this point, more or less. The most significant advantage that the T37 has over the T21, and this, in my opinion, is where the tank has suffered quite a bit from power creep, is that the T37 actually has a much better performing gun. The T37 has a better base pen than the T21 does. The T37 has 150 millimeters of penetration with its standard rounds, where the T21 only has 128. And the premium rounds for the T37 are also better. It fires APCR with 199 millimeters of penetration, and the premium ammo for the T21 only gets 177 millimeters of penetration with its APCR rounds. Also, the T37's gun is more accurate at .36 compared to the T21's .38. The accuracy on the move for both the T21 and the T37 are almost identical. The T21 has a larger bloom after firing at 3.5 compared to the T37's 3 even. And the T21 takes longer to aim its 76mm at just over 2 seconds base aim time, where the T37's aim time is 1.82. The T21 does have one advantage over the T37 when it comes to the firepower category. It does get a slightly better DPM than the T37, but not by much, only about 70 damage per minute better than the T37. I think the T37 has, let me look it up here, 2,180 base DPM, and the T21 has 2,248 DPM. The T21 also does get a extra degree of gun depression, 10 degrees of gun depression, as opposed to the T37's 9 degrees of gun depression. So that is a slight advantage when it comes to the flexibility of the gun handling. But overall, the T37's gun handling is much better than the T21's. It has better pen with both its standard and premium rounds, and you can get your damage on target quicker since it aims faster and is a more accurate gun. So when you're playing the T21 over the T37, the T21 is definitely more of a spotting scout as opposed to a damage dealing scout that the T37 is. That being said, the T21 can do a lot of damage in a hurry given the right circumstances, but the gun is a lot more situational, mainly down to the penetration that the T21 gets with its 76mm, which is only 128mm of penetration with its standard rounds. So you need to be willing to fire a lot more premium ammo in this tank than the T37. You can see there I almost got a half and half ratio here of standard and premium ammo on the T21. And it's a slightly more agile scout than the T37. The T21 has a better horsepower to ton ratio, which allows it to relocate a little bit easier, although its top speed is not as good as the T37. Overall, I think the T37 is a much better scout tank than the T21. But the T21 can have its moments if you're able to put yourself in the right situation to get spots or to do damage. So those are the quick comparative stats between the T21 and the T37. I hope this intro has helped you guys see the main differences between the T21, a stealthier and higher vision scout than the T37. But the T37 having a better gun than the T21. Good luck out there and happy hunting. Okay, what do we got here? Winterberg South Spawn. Ugh. South Spawn is bad. Going to the field anyway, it's bad. Tier 8 game, which is pretty rough for the T21. They have a lot of tank destroyers, and they have one scout and one arty. 3 of those tank destroyers are mobile, though. The E25s and the SU-44 are pretty mobile tank destroyers. So I'm going to go over to the field anyway. The north spawn has advantage going to the field. Guys, any help in the field? Anyone? Okay, so I'm definitely not going to go to the E-line if nobody else from my team is coming out here. I'm just going to sit back here in this back row of bushes and wait to spot something and then run away. So at least they have some sort of intel of what's in the field. There's an IS-6 on the 6 line. But yeah, the north spawn has an advantage in the field because the spawn is slightly closer to the field. Oh, there's a Cromwell. I'm playing with kind of a hodgepodge crew here. Didn't have a good crew for the T21, so I robbed some extra crew members from other tanks. And there's an SU, so that means I need to run away. There was a possibility I could have tried to out-snipe the Cromwell with my camo rating, but since that SU is there, I just can't risk getting lit because I'll die in about 2 shots. Which means I have to leave, which is unfortunate because now the enemy team controls 75% of the map for free, which is kind of frustrating. Since we're going into the city, we'll be shooting at tanks that are a lot higher tier and have a lot better armor, so we'll need the premium rounds. The standard round pen on the T21 is garbage. Even for a tier 6 scout, it's pretty bad. It's like 128 millimeters, I think, penetration. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for something to happen, I guess. Oh crap, that's an I-6, he has a shot. I could shoot the size 3 in the side. He's focusing on our 5100. That I-6 is backing him up. There's a T21. Nice. Alright, so gonna wait for the I-6 to fire. There we go. Should go for the side of the turret. Yeah, there we go. Alright, where do we go from here? So their field is going to be pushing up onto our 7-6 line right about now. So I'm going to cross here. Hopefully the size 6 doesn't shoot me. Hopefully just to encourage my team to push out this corner of the map. I'm not sure why my team is taking so long to kill that I-6. Churchill 7. That's actually a hard pen for T21. Okay, so that Churchill is not going to peek again because our E25 and Skoda are there, so I'm going to go back to defend and cross in front of this I-6 again. And we got away with it again. Alright, so we're going to play on this corner where it already is and help our guys on the G Street. Cromwell took a shot for the E25. It's kind of funny. IS-6 is flanking our TDs here. Get a side shot here maybe? Nope. Darn it. Okay, so Hellcat was last spotted there on the mini-map, so he's probably pushing us. There he is. We can shoot him 3 times every time he shoots us. Nice, he missed. We got him. Already looped a shell over me, that's funny. Okay, so I can't hold this corner if those E25s push me, so I'm going to relocate. No, don't have a shot. Look, lol, I shot IS-6. Okay, so the IS-6 is distracting all these guys here, so I need to take advantage of it. Critical hit. That's how awesome this gun is, guys. Can't pin the side of a Cromwell. Okay. And then there's one more E25 over here. Maybe he ran away. Alright, let's go flush them out. Find those tank destroyers. The Jagdtiger 88 hasn't been spotted the whole game, which is kind of weird. You think tank destroyer with that DPM and armor would be a little closer to the fight. Where are they? So, first priority, we need to clear out and make sure they're not on the 0 line. Okay, there's the Egg Tiger 88. We got side shots. Okay, and the E-25 is spotted there too. So I need to get on the other side of this road to stay in cover. Really, team? I gotta actually run back now because those two guys died. I gotta wait for the IS-6 and everybody else to catch up to me, otherwise I'm gonna die here. We'll just stay passive in this bush and keep eyes on them. Okay, so the IS-6 is caught up. The Skoda is about on the 6, or on the C line rather. So once again, when you're working this corner, you need to clear out the 0 line, and then you can flank easily this house cluster here from the side. Oh, E-25 is pushing. Come on, IS-6, hit him once. Looks like I'm going to kill myself. Oh, lol, I bounced. And he will never outcircle me. Okay. Now it's just the Egg Tiger 88, and I am really confident I can circle him as long as he doesn't have solid cover to back up into. So let's not dive in here right away. Let's see which way he's facing and where he is first. Proxy light him there. Okay, so I can't push him yet because he had his ass in the map, and now he's not, which is really good. So I'm gonna reverse here and try to bait him to push me. Nice. Okay, so he's pushing me. That's his mistake. He'll never turn in time. I got him. I got him. That's where the ammo rack is, by the way. In the Egg Tiger 88s, those doors. GG.